I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown. Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Shout out all of the. Can you hear me good?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not too loud, am I?
No, you're good.
All right, y'all, let me know because we want to make sure that we are streaming. Man, this is the captain, 93.7 The Ticket. Black shirt going to be a little tardy today. He's got maybe a big deal on the horizon that he's working on. So we hope he gets that and he'll be in here shortly. Now, Bach, it's Thursday. It's media day. It's an opportunity for the media to get in and see Nebraska football. Probably more access than we've had in a long time. And it's appreciative. I'm at 10:30. Hopefully we're going to have DP on for the practice report. I think him and Nick was down there watching. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to hear what's going on inside of Husker country.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first look from the media at the Husker team, like you're saying. And usually, as much as it's nice to get insight to go into practice, you're usually not going to see anything. You kind of line up the offensive linemen or try to see what kind of stands out. But for me, the first look when I've gone to these things before in previous years, the first look is in the first practice is one that I really like because that's when the first time you see the guys in football pads, the new guys. And so based on what I've seen from a lot of reports, people that were there, very impressed with some of the size and just athleticism of some of the guys that you've seen there, particularly the Georgia recruits, right? Jacob Hood is a big guy. Rick Gilbert is a big guy. And, and then I saw some other reports too about Norton Noel. He's coming back. He's and he's going to be a big part on that offensive line. So he needs to be in shape. So part of the biggest thing is one, how impressive do the new guys look? But two, is anybody coming to camp not looking good, right? Is there anybody that's like, oh, that guy's not in football shape, they need to get it going? Of course, that happened a few years ago with Jordan Stevenson, Nebraska's kick returner, if you remember, very much hyped coming into camp. And then early reports of him coming to camp is, he might not be in football shape quite yet. And that didn't turn out well, really, for anybody. I think he made it like halfway through the year or whatever. But in any case, no reports or no early reports that, hey, this guy does not look the part, especially from when I hear what Jeff Sims, people were pretty impressed with, just kind of his look. Maybe, we know he's kind of a thinner guy, so it's not necessarily he's just going to be all encompassing, but he is, people are pretty impressed with his athleticism.
What number is he wearing?
I think right now he's wearing 14 again, because they're making them earn the single digit numbers. That's subject to change. That might just be something he grabbed as he hopes to wear something else. But he wore 14 at Georgia Tech. So I think that's what he'll probably stay with.
Oh, well, he got his number. He
yeah.
Work for it. I'm excited. I want to see Jeff Sims and what he can do. I mean, he with coaching, anybody can become a great player. If they have the athleticism to play on this level, if they are coachable, if they're able to learn the playbook, if they're able to develop their bodies, if they're able to do the things that will enable them to be a great football player. Jeff Sims got all the tools. He's got all the tools. Casey Thompson's in for a run for his money. It's not going to be easy. So I'm excited to see us get a guy in there that, is a quarterback, looks like a quarterback, is going to walk like a quarterback, but has some athleticism and is not going to be afraid to pull it down and run.
Yeah. And again, I don't think they threw today. So again, it's limited to what people are going to be able to get out of this practice, but it is a good first look. And just to do some cleaning up there, he actually wore number 10 at Georgia Tech. Heinrich Harburg's got number 10 right now. So I don't know, that's one of those things is maybe you can offer him a few meals or something to maybe get it. But, you might just see him stick with 14 or again, might have them earn the numbers, which again, we talked about too. Colorado kind of doing a similar thing where Nebraska's doing the single digit earning of numbers. Colorado's just making you earn numbers in general with Dion, except for his son who gets number 2.
Well,
because he's earned it.
He's grandfathered in.
He must be. I thought that was kind of interesting that there's one Colorado player that's got his number ready to go. It happens to be the coach's son.
He said he brought his son. I mean, what do you expect? His son. It's not like his son's not a gamer.
No, and
his son is the starting quarterback.
If his son was like the third string quarterback and had had his number already, then you might think about some nepotism, some favoritism there.
Well, it's still nepotism.
Great look. Yeah, it's not a great look. Yeah, it's still a little bit interesting, and because he did. I mean, he was great at that level. But do you still feel like he's earned it, even though he just arrived to Boulder, that he can already have his number, or is it just his dad?
You knew it was a package deal, man.
Yeah,
it's a package deal. Go look and see how many guys from Jackson State transferred to Colorado. You'd be surprised. It might not be as many as you think, but the ones that transferred were all key pieces.
Yeah.
To Jackson State's success. You get Travis Hunter, he's a package deal. When I would imagine when they were doing the negotiations with Dion, that had to come up. Son's coming. Travis Hunter's coming. This guy's coming. That guy's coming. And then you couple that with the guys that he's getting just in general. He's doing the same thing that Coach Rule is doing. He's building himself a team. Which, if you are a coach that's getting paid millions of dollars, that's the only thing you get paid to do. Build your team. Develop your team. We want to win. We're not looking to be the best team to lose by one score. We want to be able to be not even in one-score games in the fourth quarter. Why? If you're in a one-score game in the fourth quarter, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. But if you're up 21 in the fourth quarter, not probably going to happen. So it's changing the mentality on how we think. Let's get in the mentality of dominating teams from Jump Street, from first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. That mentality. I'm going to beat you until I can't beat you anymore. And I don't care how tired I get, I'm still going to go 150 miles an hour. And I'm never going to show weakness. The only time I'm showing weakness is with my brothers on the sideline. Then I can cry and do whatever else I want to. But one of the things that I always loved about us at Nebraska, and I don't think anybody ever told us this, but it was an unwritten rule, man. If you're able to make it to the sideline, do not lay down on the field. We were playing Baylor, and I was running the drag route, and Scott threw the ball. Safety's coming. Got a beat on me. I'm bigger than the safety, though. Catch the ball. Safety absolutely tries to destroy me. It's a collision, but I win it. Now, he was still on the football field laid out. I was hurt, but there'd be no way that I would just lay down. I got up. I ran as fast as I could or as slow as I could to the sideline. And as soon as I got to the sideline, I fell out.
Don't show the weakness.
No, I came back into the game later on. But I didn't lay out on the football field for the trainers to come and get me because of a little owie. It was an owie.
Did you guys have strategic laying down, basically faking injuries as we've seen over the past several years, or that predate you guys?
Yeah,
Or like a 2-minute drill. Somebody you have a certain call. Somebody could lay down.
I mean, I would imagine that defensively, they might have had an opportunity, but I don't know if any time us doing that, taking an injury to stop the clock or anything like that, because
there would be very rarely would you need to, and at that time. But.
That too, but no one wanted to be the guy that was injured. Our motto is you can't make the club in the tub. You know what tub I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the cold tub.
Yeah, you can't. If you're in the cold tub all the time, nursing your wrist, nursing your hamstring, nursing your knee, nursing your elbow, nursing your turf toe, nursing your turf burn, whatever you call yourself nursing. If you're always in that training room, I would almost imagine, unless it's maintenance, you ain't playing. You are not on that football field. So our deal was not getting hurt, being in shape enough that if are you injured or are you hurt? You know the difference?
Yeah, if you're hurt, you keep playing. If you're injured, you don't.
Yeah, but what's the difference? That's good, but what's the difference between being hurt? Like, what could you hurt and still play, and what could you injure and not play?
Oh, like a broken leg, you're injured. You're not playing.
Yeah, you're done. Injury, done.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Concussions are the middle ground, isn't it?
Torn AC, concussion is the middle ground. Because concussion is listen, I probably had a concussion then, but after, a couple of minutes of being on the sideline, getting myself together, throwing some water, getting some smelling sauce, after, 5 minutes, the defense came back and I was good to go.
Yeah.
So did I have a concussion? I don't know. I could have. But I wasn't going to come out of the game, because for me, it wasn't like if I was wobbly, you know what I'm saying? Like, taking standing 8 counts all over the place, then I'm hurt. I'm injured. I can't. That's it. I can't go back. But the fact that I was still standing on 2 feet, the training staff did a good job of checking me out, and they let me go back into the game. They didn't have a choice. I was going in that game. Dude, you don't get many opportunities at Nebraska. And when you get opportunities to play back then, and I hope this is the way we're trending now, when you do get an opportunity to play for Nebraska, it's so prestigious to play for Nebraska that you do any and everything you possibly can to ensure that you do your job. I didn't say win. Do your job. Win your job. Listen, if 11 players win 11 individual battles, 9 times out of 10, we're going to win the game, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's about winning the individual battles inside the big game. Those guys that are out there in spring right now have got to win the battle one-on-one. Whatever their assignment is, they have to win the battle. That's my goal would be for spring, is to win every battle that I'm in. Win every single battle. If I'm blocking a guy, my guy never makes the play. He will not make the play. If he makes the play, I am pissed at myself. 20 push-ups. Dropping balls. You got to win every day. One-on-one battles. If you're a defensive back, you got to win every day. You can't let guys beat you in practice. I would be chomping at the bit. If I'm Hartskull, I got a lot to prove. I got a lot to prove because I played as a true freshman. You know the worst thing that can happen to that kid is that he gets beat out as a sophomore after playing as a true freshman. So he has his work cut out for him. He can't go into this spring thinking to himself, oh, I got the position locked up. No, you don't. I truly believe that I don't believe that there's any position out there that's locked up. I really don't. I think there's some people that are in pole position, but as far as saying, yeah, I'm the starter, I don't even think Reimer, Heinrich, any of those guys, any guy can say that they're the guy. Well, we'll find out here in about 7-8 minutes. I'm just saying. I think everybody's on a level playing field. because Coach Rule knows he's got to find his core guys. And his core guys are going to step up to the plate. And if I'm one of those young men right now, I'm not doing anything. I'm eating, sleeping, pooping, football, my playbook, weights, knowing what I'm doing, getting in the bed and getting my rest, eating right, and then doing it all over again. I'm not worried about anything else. That's when you start dedicating yourself on an individual level, it turns into wins. It turns into discipline. I hope those guys are showing camaraderie within their individual groups, meaning tight ends, receivers, running backs, corners, safeties, offensive line. I hope they're taking pride in that. I hope that they're encouraging one another. I hope that they're not thinking that I'm so, here, I'll give it to you. I hope they're not having a Cam Newton mentality. I can't put it. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Cam Newton said he's better than the 32 starting quarterbacks in the league. And he's out the league. I call that delusional.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a guy that's a young guy and you feel like you're better than the guy that's in front of you or the guy that's number one, guess the only way you're going to prove that, do you think it's going to be through talking? It's got to be on what you do on the field. Like my old offensive coordinator at Kansas City told me, Jimmy Ray. He said, and he gave us these sheets all the time. He said, what you do speaks so loud, you never have to open your mouth. So I'm not interested in seeing young men out there, me, I am. I'm not interested in that. If I see that, that's no different than what we saw before. I'm interested in seeing guys flying around, making plays, and looking for teammates, looking for one another to high five, looking for one another to pump up, to say, hey, you got the next play now. It's the ultimate team game. These guys have to inspire each other. They have to feed into each other's. They have to feed into each other's hearts, into each other's minds, and into each other's souls in order to gel and become one as a team. Woo! Fastest 2 hours of radio. Just me and Bach, though.
Yeah.
We'll see if the black shirt will join us with his presence. But if not, we got a great treat with you. DP, when we get back. 93.7 The Ticket, the captain.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. March is a month of good luck, from epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right, Captain Show, treading on. Oh man, did you hear about NFL player for who was that? What's his name? Foster Moreau?
Huh.
Yeah, he retired. He got drafted out, I think, to Oakland Raiders, or free agent to Oakland Raiders. He was going to he was a great number 2 to what's the kid's name? Waller?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tight end. And he's going to get a routine checkup from New Orleans Saints through the free agent process, and finds out he's got Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Oh, wow.
So he's got to step away. Sheesh.
That's I mean, it's good to find out as early as you can, I suppose, but it's a tough way to do it. I mean, he's riding high, thinking he's trying to get this next team.
Yeah, well, and that's what he said, though. I mean, those guys. Is it better to, we all know it's better. So I'm glad that he found out when he found out.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Sweet 16.
Yeah, we got the Sweet 16 going back tonight. Of course, a lot of eyes locally here will be on Creighton. That game is not until tomorrow, but you've got several games tonight. FAU in Tennessee, Kansas State, Michigan State, Arkansas, UConn, and Gonzaga. UCLA will be the nightcap. Obviously, a big deal for the Big Ten. It's we haven't talked too much about, as we're kind of making our picks. The fact that the Big Ten, along with, the big 16-1 upset, Purdue, got defeated, for the first, that's the second time in history. And altogether, getting to the Sweet 16, you have one Big Ten team, which Michigan State, kind of a mid-level Big Ten team. They did knock off the 2-seed Marquette. They beat the 10-seed USC to get there. So I'm not saying it's not earned. It's just interesting and not surprising. The Big Ten had a lot of good competitive teams. This is kind of what we expected going into it, but not really top-level teams. But just one Big Ten team in the Sweet 16 would look better if Michigan State can get another win. The further they go, the better it looks, obviously, for the Big Ten. But Kansas State, Jerome Tang, what they've done there, another team that Nebraska's played this year, that's going to be a tough matchup for them. So I think between that game and Gonzaga UCLA, I think those are your best games tonight. And Gonzaga UCLA, those are two of the top teams. Zags didn't have quite the year that they've had in the last couple of seasons, but either one of those teams you could easily see winning it all.
Yeah. I'm distracted.
What's that?
I'm just still thinking about Husker football, baby.
You tried to get
it off my mind.
Well, here's good news. Tommy Hill was back at practice today.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. He got adjusted.
He did. I didn't see any reports of Anthony Grant being back quite yet, but
He ain't there yet then.
yeah.
Maybe that's who he's talking about. Maybe that's who 4850 is talking about. He says, looks like running back AJ needs an attitude adjustment.
I don't know where that's coming
Not
from.
talking about AJ Allen, I know, right?
I wouldn't think so, no.
I would hope not.
Maybe he's meant AG, Anthony Grant. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Come on, 4850, 210. The 210. Where's 210 area code, Bob?
I don't know. Do you know this?
Wow, you don't know?
All I know is
area codes. Area codes.
Is that in that song? I don't know about that.
Yeah, 402s, 210s, 313s.
I know 402s better.
It's 210. I thought 210 is San Antonio or California, one of the two. Somebody, I'm quite sure the text line knows. San Antonio, or which one is it? Eric says, which one of you farted? Oh, well, yeah, I heard it. Did you do it, Bach?
No, I didn't. I've got a button over here in case I make some noises that I can get rid of it. So
that's what I'm saying.
Might have been your chair. Your chair sounds like it needs some. It makes it a little noise.
That might have been it. You might be right, Bob.
Yeah, might have been.
I'm not moving around like that. Okay, so Clantonio John said, was that collision? You said collusion, but collision, the start of CTE, VJ? I don't know. I would doubt it because that collision was my senior year. There was plenty of other collisions that happened in practice that probably was the start of it.
Yeah.
Okay? Drumstick. Now, Drumstick, this is so funny. Did you look at the picture? Drumstick sends a picture of Deion Sanders in a cowboy hat and the cowboy boots at practice.
It's trying to fit in. I don't know. Are there a bunch of cowboys in Boulder? I don't think that's necessarily.
It's got to be. They got buffaloes.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think he'd have all that cowboy stuff on if it wasn't there. Somebody's got him wearing that stuff.
And he's a former cowboy himself, Dion, Dallas Cowboy, but
yeah, well, Drumsticks thinks he's gonna get humbled and only win 4 games. Which 4 games, Drumstick, he's gonna win? Because they open up with TCU, then they got us, then Colorado State, and then Oregon, and then USC, and then Arizona State. So what's 4 games?
That's actually a pretty tough schedule when you look at it.
Oh boy, isn't it? I haven't even finished that schedule. Oh, let me just go over Colorado's schedule. I'm with you now. They might be lucky to win 4 games.
Yeah.
And they open up with TCU. Then they got us on 9th. Colorado State, Oregon, USC. This is all week to week to week to week to week. Back to back to back. Then they got Arizona State. Then they got Stanford. Then they come back. They got a bye. Then they go to UCLA. Then they got Oregon State. Then they got Arizona. Then they go to Washington State and then to Utah. So who you see them beating? I'm looking. Who? Colorado State?
I don't think they get a win. Colorado State at Folsom Field would be their, hopefully what they would expect to be a win. But that's a rivalry, and that's one that's locked in. So they're going to play that every year. They've got a 9-game conference schedule, and then TCU, Nebraska, and Colorado State. There's no gimmies there. TCU obviously is going to be favored. Nebraska hopefully will get that win. Yeah, I mean you got to count Colorado State, but that's not like that's a pretty somewhat respectable non-Power 5 team.
I mean, listen, this schedule is rough.
It is. I'm glad Nebraska doesn't have this schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they get wins at. I'm kind of, do they get 4 wins?
Yeah. I think you give them maybe Colorado State. If you're a Buffs fan, I think you're going to say that Nebraska game is anybody's game because Nebraska is obviously in a similar situation. But I think you got to favor the Huskers at least to a degree. Oregon State's actually been pretty good the last couple of years. I think maybe Stanford, Arizona State's in a little bit of limbo. Arizona and Washington State. So if you're looking for 4, I mean, they could get it, but you're talking about You know, those are games. Are you going to win every game that we're calling a toss-up? I'm not sure.
It's gonna be tough, man. They got their work cut out for them over there.
Yeah.
You know, you think if you get bombed at TCU, which TCU's losing Max.
Yep.
You know, so but I'm quite sure they'll be reloaded. I just can't see them. I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. I'm not even going to begin to try to decipher that. It doesn't look good though.
Do you think he ever wears a cowboy hat on the sideline?
No.
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 That would be different. I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah. Maddie's dad, I did say that. I'm not going to say it again either. Now, Fred Hoiberg says, go Princeton. Boo. Boo you, Fred Hoiberg.
Maybe he just likes the Cinderella story. Or maybe he just hates Creighton.
No. You picked Princeton.
I didn't pick Princeton.
The black shirt?
He might have.
Somebody picked Princeton. All I know is that ain't cool, Fred. Okay? You don't be hating on Fred, where are you from, Fred? Are you from Nebraska, Fred?
Probably
Fred
not
Omaha.
Omaha.
Omaha. I'm from Omaha, man.
Yeah.
We love everybody. Ryan J says, he's sending me a bottle of something. He says, sending VJ a bottle of ketchup to keep him focused.
A bottle of ketchup.
Yeah, 210 is San Antonio. I figured that's what it was. Eric says, nah. Stop it, Eric. I'm not reading that. Drumstick. I'm calling it right now. Colorado State beats Buffs by 2 touchdowns.
I think Jay Norvell's still there. I don't think he got off to the best start, but former Husker offensive coordinator Jay Norvell is the coach now. I can't believe he's 59 years old. He looks pretty young for his age, but they went 3-9 last year, so it's not like Colorado State's great, but they're in year 2 of the new coaching tenure, whereas Colorado's in the first year.
Yeah. I don't care if the black shirt said go Princeton, American Nightmare. You would think that he would say something like that. That guy, go Princeton over Creighton, just to be stirring up the pot. Same thing you guys are doing, stirring the pot. Can't just be happy for Omaha Creighton that's in Nebraska. It's in Nebraska.
Yeah, but it's a rival.
Whatever.
Let you understand it. I'm cheering for Creighton just because I want to have some sort of basketball presence in the state. This time of year. But I don't know how far I can cheer for him. I don't necessarily want him to win the whole thing.
Man, I can't cheer for him. Let me just say this: I can't tell you that cowboy hat and boots. I've never wore that before because I have. When you go to the rodeo, you go to the rodeo. Come on, man! I go to the rodeo.
How many times have you been to the rodeo?
Oh, plenty of times. But they have black rodeos in Shreveport. And a lot of times I'll go to those, and that was the first time I've ever been to one of those before. The rodeos that I went to was at Exarban. You know where Exarban is?
It's spelled backwards. I don't know where it is though.
No, have you ever heard of Exarban racetracks?
I've never been out there. I've heard of the venue.
No, it's long gone. Tore down.
Oh yeah.
Well, my grandfather used to work there as a janitor, so we used to get to go to all the horse races.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it kind of, it gives old city slicker like myself the chance to get around animals and just see a different side of things.
Did you ever bet the horses?
Yeah, but I almost got kicked in the face, and that ruined me for horses.
My horse? Yeah.
When you're young, you're 13, 14 years old, you don't know you're not supposed to walk up from behind.
Yeah.
I walked up from behind. Good thing I was able to get out of the way.
For your cat-like reflexes.
My life might be different.
That's right.
Augie says Deion rocking the Bum Phillips look. He might come out there in a cowboy hat. Nyla, no, I have not tried the ketchup seasoning yet. I haven't done it at all. I will, but I haven't. Eric says, all that ketchup must be doing a number on your stomach, VJ. No, it's not. I love it. Scaper says this, Colorado is putting on a front that there would not be tickets available for the Husker game. What are your thoughts on the percentage of red there will be in the stadium? You will not keep us out of there. We will find a way to get in there.
That's going to be a good environment, though, because that's their home opener as well. So it's, Deion's first game. I don't know if Nebraska is going to be able to take over like they did last time, but they'll still be a heavy contingent of red.
I would imagine, depending on how they play TCU, I think this is all contingent on how they play TCU. If they find a way to beat TCU, it's going to be a sellout. It will sell out.
Yeah.
And for the first time, we might get closed out of that stadium and it might not be a sea of red. We'll see. But if they get bombed by TCU, we'll be fine. If they play them well, then, you got a problem. It's still a rivalry. We haven't played them. And then you got two of the hottest coaches out there right now playing each other. It's going to be a crazy circus regardless of what their record is and what they do. But I think if both teams are 1-0 going into this game, then I really and truly think that this game will be a sellout. Listen, Scott Frost, Fred Nahoyberg, 2049, The American Nightmare, all yours and more. Because we are power.
Bye.
Power. We'll be right back.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Gabe Irvin, I think a guy who started as a true freshman.
So here's my question to you. So Coach did praise him by being one of the strongest guys during the offseason, one of the fastest guys to be at 221 with the depth chart. I want to see who's number one. That don't mean that Gabe is an automatic starter now.
And I would worry less about Gabe Irvin starting than I would about him finishing, because that's what
Yeah,
that's what Matt Rule
Yeah.
said. Is he's a fourth quarter grinded out running back where he said his goal when he was talking about Gabe Irvin is to get 75 yards of rushing in the fourth quarter and to shut out the opponent.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on the Captain on 93.7 The Ticket. I am Jake Bakoven, along with Vershawn Jackson, who's probably taking care of his dog or something out there. Terrell Farley not going to be here today. He said he will show back up tomorrow for his sandwich. Of course, it's Good Since Friday. I wanted to remind people too, tonight is a big night for 93.7 The Ticket. Amon Green show starts, and that's going to be a lot of fun at 6 tonight. So we've been adding to the groups of former Huskers. It's kind of a Husker hub around here, 93.7 The Ticket, and Amon Green's certainly a big part of that. Can't wait to hear his show tonight at 6 as we have Vershawn popping back up. Of course, we've announced this week Adam Carricker as well joining The Ticket, which means, Vershawn, you might have to find a new Monday guy because they're just giving a show to your Monday guy.
Come on, man. I'm part of that, man. I'm happy for my boy.
There you go.
He went from 30 minutes on to having his own show, man. Listen, you got to build the team. We got Amon Green, that's a first-round draft pick, and an Adam Carricker, another first-round draft pick. You can't ask for anything better than that. Let me go back to some of these. Talk about Princeton. Stop it. No, the black shirts, he's got a big deal going on, trying to get another building. So he is probably not going to make it in today. Bum Phillips wore cowboy hats on the sideline. I don't think Deion's going to do that. Fred Nye Hoiberg said, grew up in small town, southeast Nebraska. Scott says, I think the only coach I've ever seen wear a cowboy hat on the sidelines was Tom Landry and Wade Phillips. Tom Landry's, I don't never see him wearing one of those big cowboy hats. I don't remember that.
Yeah, and all these guys are from like the 70s, so obviously a different time then. But Tom Landry,
legit cowboy hat. Tom Landry had those little. I love Tom Landry's hat. I'm a Tom Landry guy. 5683 says Deion's going to be a bust. He reminds me of Scott Frost. Should have stayed at the small schools. I don't know necessarily that I'm buying that. I don't know if he's going to necessarily be a bust, but I think that he's going to struggle before it gets better. I think he'll be better than not winning the game, but I think he's going to struggle. Drumstick says, warning to all Husker fans, batteries will be thrown. Keys will be scratched upon your car. Beware. Are you trying to scare him, Drumstick? Because I was talking about driving my RV up. Remember, and we was talking to Troy Dumas, and he said we'll be safe.
Yeah, well, if we know somebody there that maybe can protect us, but I mean, there probably will be some animosity, I'm sure.
Corey Lincoln says, doesn't matter what happens at TCU. Big Red will have half of the stadium bought up by July. Gus Mohawk says this, wondering about Nebraska, Colorado. What do you think it would take for Deion to pull his son? Does he keep him in the game after a couple of picks and a pick six against the Black Shirts? What are your thoughts? If he's a dummy, he keeps him in the game. And he's going to be probably the quickest coach to get fired. If he's smart, if his son has 2 picks and a pick six, I would imagine the backup's got to look better than that, right?
Well, and again, I think, too, sometimes we get into this spot of like, 2 interceptions, bench him, and we'll never see him again. Sometimes it's just nice to slow it down, get the backup in the game, see if he can provide you a spark, and in one way or the other, have the quarterback, that's throwing the picks, just kind of see it from the sideline, see, maybe see some different things, or at least, know you're not untouchable. You can't make some of the decisions you've been making. Ball security is important. So, I mean, we'll see how that plays out. But Shedeur Sanders is, like you said, I mean, this they brought him there to start. I mean, he is their starting quarterback. So it's not one of those situations. And, we've been in there with Adrian over the last couple of years too, where, at times it's like, well, Adrian's the starter. I mean, that's our guy. We're going to ride or die with him. They saw that against Purdue 2 years ago, where he threw 4 interceptions and was still in the game. And, at times we saw the reason why their backup quarterbacks were never the best options. So, I mean, part of it's going to have to do what Colorado has behind him. Part of it's going to be, how much are you passing? Because in heavy passing offenses, if you're on a bad team, some of those quarterbacks have, multiple games with 2 or 3 interceptions. And they have to, you just kind of keep going because you're throwing the ball in the air that much. That's your best option. So we'll see. I think it's going to be, that's an interesting question because it's an extra level there of thinking. You hope that Deion wouldn't do it any differently. But again, from my understanding too, with Colorado, that's their starter. And, I don't know if they have a whole lot of competition. One of the guys that started last year, and they had a few different guys, but their primary one transferred anyway.
It's called ride or die. In the slang, hip hop slang, ride or die. You know what I mean? Scott Frost rode with his guy, and he died with his guy. That's how I look at it. Because when Adrian left, because he left at such a height, when you got coaches that were getting fired, that was probably not the time for him to leave. It just wasn't. And so because he left, it just was so many different rifts in there, I think.
Yeah.
That, and I think it's the same thing with Deion. He's riding and dying with his son. So maybe he won't pull him out of the game after 3 picks. Yeah. I think Deion's a football player first, though. So, any football player worth his salt knows when a guy's thrown his 3rd pick, it's over with. Get him out of the game. Because you know why? If nothing else, he's going to beat you anyway. If nothing else, guess what you can do? Run the ball. And if you can't, at least you get out of the game not getting destroyed because you're throwing 18 picks.
Yeah.
You can put the ball on the ground, clock management, have a sense of urgency to get out of the game, not to let your pride get away and say, that's my son, so I'm going to leave him in the game anyway because that's my quarterback. When if here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't believe, wait, let me back up. That's not true. Deion wouldn't do that. Here's why. I just watched something yesterday. It might have been this morning. I was been up since 4:30. And Deion, and you guys, again, text lines open, fact check me. Deion did not play his son in the championship game. Go check it out. Because he was late to meetings for the game. Check it out. I thought I saw what I thought I saw because it just dawned on me that I saw what I saw. And now that I saw what I saw, I'm going to tell y'all what I saw so y'all can go see what I saw and see if y'all see it the same way I saw it. I know Bach's doing his homework. So, Gus, I think he'd pull him. I'd hope he would. He would look so bad if his son struggled and he didn't pull him. He would get heckled from so many different areas that I just don't think that would be something that, yeah. Out fishing Lake Tacoma, Texoma. Where's that at? Everywhere I go, I run into Husker fans. Go Big Red. Lake, is that Texoma or Lake Tacoma? Well, it might be Tacoma, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's in San Antonio. So it's Texoma.
Yeah, Lake Texoma.
Texoma. San Antonio. I had to go back and look. Bryce says, I'll call in on Mondays for you, VJ. Bryce, that's a deal. We're going to have our Bryce minute. We're going to have our Bryce minute.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. Our Bryce. You get a minute, Bryce. Bryce, only how I'm going to do it is if after you get to, if you don't know when that minute is, I'm going to hang up on you. So at 60 seconds, bam, it's over with. He said, someone needs to get Jason Peter on there. I think Jason, and I don't know this for a fact. I would love to get Jason on, but I think, everything that went on since he's been there, he probably need a break from everything. Probably just need to just relax and get a break, because I can imagine that it probably took a toll on him. One, not being able to really coach. Seeing the way those defensive linemen played, it had to hurt. Having to be quiet. 2049 says Tom Landry wore a fedora.
A fedora. There you go. That looks a little better.
Thank you. He didn't wear a top hat, a cowboy hat. Thank you.
Fashioned that into a fedora pretty quickly.
Huh?
So that looks like a fedora pretty well.
That's why. That's exactly why I fashioned that as a fedora. Yeah. This is my Tom Landry fedora.
All right, it's a good look.
Right. Bum Phillips wore. We know he wore a cowboy hat. Appreciate that, Robbie. Jake says battery are expensive these days. I don't know if they should be throwing them like that.
Yeah,
bro. Could you imagine getting hit with a battery? Dude, you gonna go to jail. Now, the only how you go to jail is if someone knows that you did it.
Yeah, who's throwing the batteries?
Bro, that's not right now. I'm trying to tell you this right now, okay? You get hit with a battery, man. It will leave a knot. It could take an eye out. Why would they do that? That's not right. Drumstick, calm down. Purchase some Colorado plates on eBay. There you go. I remember I asked Troy for his plates.
Oh, yeah.
When you park your vehicle, swap the plates out. Life hack. I like that. No. Chris Raff says Shador played 30 for 40 for 359 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not a bad performance in the championship game. I'm not talking about Shador. I think it was Shiloh, the safety.
Yeah.
Listen, top of the hour, man. 1 hour down on the fastest 2 hours of radio. DP will give us his practice report right after these messages.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. It's gone to improve our environment, education, and state fair.
Over $900 million? That's something.
I'll say.
Hey, I have a great idea for a commercial. Have someone count to 900 million out loud.
That would take 28 years. Not a good idea.
I don't know, with a little background music and some sound effects.
There's another studio down the hall. Why don't you get started?
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery has given over $900 million back to our state since 1993. The proceeds have helped protect and improve Nebraska's environment, funded need-based scholarships for Nebraska students, and maintained and improved facilities at the state fair.
That's terrific. You should put that on your website.
It already is. Just click on beneficiaries in the menu.
Menu? You guys serve food too?
Maybe you should get off your feet for a while.
The Nebraska Lottery, 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Spring Sports are here. It's time to upgrade your equipment, but don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. And at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with roof credit.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Mostly cloudy skies, cool conditions here for our Thursday with a high of around 48. Winds out of the north-northeast at around 10 to 15. Partly cloudy tonight with the low dropping down to around 31. We'll see a chance of scattered showers tomorrow with highs back up to around 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Terrell Farley,
defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Okay, do we get DP?
Not yet. He might be calling in momentarily.
All right, cool. 6153 says Deion's too smart to ride with his son if it means losing games. I don't know if Deion's going to succeed, but he's not going to make the same ridiculous mistakes and the same stupid decisions Scott Frost did. 2655. Hey, VJ, I wanted to follow up on a Nebraska brand talk you have. The Husker brand is strong. I did a race outside Las Cruces, New Mexico this past weekend. I wore a Husker Boonie shirt, race in the desert, and got a lot of gold big reds from other participating soldiers working the event. There are people from all over the country at this event. Many people yelled out, Huskers! Not just old guys like me, but young dudes. My Clemson buddies at the event got no love rocking their gear. Let me read that again. My Clemson buddies at the event got no love rocking the gear. They were sad. I was not. Go Big Red. I always tell people this story. In my little brief 2 years in the NFL, which I was a hanger-oner, you would think I get more clout from being in the NFL as a hanger-oner. No, I got 100 times more clout for being a Nebraska player at that time, at that moment, than I did being an NFL player. So, without further ado, I want to yield the captain to DP for the Husker practice report.
It's just ending and just breaking up. And what you find out is
How are you? What you're just finding out is see everybody is in full, right? Actually see natural movement on the football field. Instead of all the talk, it's football, and they're learning. All of this is installation of verbiage, installation of movement. It's all installation.
So no actual mano a mano right now. Now it's just teaching. It's just showing where you're going, how you're going to do it, what they're expecting, where you're supposed to be.
Yep, getting that usual verbiage down of where I need for you to be, how I want you to move to get there, locating spots within the whether it's the indoor turf or being outside, how to transition, basic stuff. You got to remember this is day 3 of it, day 4 of it, and so there's a lot of learning. It's a lot of learning for coaches, it's a lot of learning for players. Players haven't gotten into that athletic arrogance yet. They're just figuring out how to be on time and on purpose.
Were they flying around in practice? I mean, and how was the team camaraderie?
They're connected, and it's a word they were using quite a bit in the room. Was connected. I think I like the energy, and it sounds different and looks different than it did in the last couple of years. But that only means that it's different. Doesn't make it better, it just makes it different. We'll see what that means in the summer. But for 14 days of install, 13 days of install, Rashawn, a lot of it is just understanding what a coach is asking for, getting information, lining up right, understanding some of the shout-out verbiage. Here's what I need for you to do. Here's what I want you to do. Communicating en masse to a whole bunch of people in a loud space where other people are trying to communicate and trying to receive information as well. Look, they move well as a unit. I can say that easily, that they're moving well as a unit. They've communicated enough of this so that it looks good in front of company. You know the difference, right, of how things move when company's at your house. You move differently, you act differently. Yeah, that's the vibe, and that's as it should be because they're just learning. Coaches are learning, players are learning.
Is there any music being played?
No, there wasn't any today, and that was kind of interesting because that wasn't really like the focus is on football.
Yes.
Like they were full understanding that this coaching staff is new to the facility. Like this, all except Coach Raiola, everybody else is learning the building. They're learning what it sounds like in the space. They're learning. The players are learning because most of them have new coaches. A lot of them are in a new location. So going out and trying to look unified, connected, and as a team, individuals are still playing. There was some scrimmage yesterday. There was some actual activity yesterday that we heard about. But what I can tell you is they're watching to see natural movement. They're trying to see whether somebody has athletic arrogance. Can they pick up if they miss a call, if they blew a call, could they still end up making a play? Those people are standing out, and those names are becoming more known.
Bach, you got any questions for DP?
Yeah, usually I like especially the first look that you usually get as the media to go kind of see the new guys. Did anybody kind of stand out physically? I know a lot of people are kind of want to know about the first look at Jeff Sims, but especially, those Georgia recruits, any of the new guys kind of, you know this, you read about it, you see kind of their size as you're reading them on, but to see them in person, did anybody kind of jump out to you in person?
I would say that the guys that jumped out to me are the ones you would expect. Jeff Sims is a big dude. Especially for quarterback, he's a big guy. Like you see him line up. He looks like an athlete. He looks like a guy who came from somewhere else. He doesn't. But let me also say this: in that quarterback room, that's a big quarterback room. I mean, Casey's small, Logan is small, but Torres, Harburg, and Sims, my goodness, like they're physical specimens. So Sims looks like a dude. He looks like a guy. His movement. I think the big issue for Sims is learning. He's learning a new offense. He's got a whole lot of new verbiage to learn. He's got a whole lot of new teammates to learn. And then things that he does naturally athletic, he will have to learn how they want him to do those things, right? Because they have a process for how they want him to get to the best position to fake a handoff, for play action. The footwork is different for each quarterback coach. He's learning it. That's today what they were learning. So when you watch films today, it was him trying to take a thing that he's probably done naturally for a very long time, and then having to learn it under this coaching staff and how they want it done.
Another question I think people would probably want to know, because I've seen reports of Tommy Hill being back at practice. Was there any Anthony Grant sightings?
I did not see him participate, but that doesn't mean he didn't. He wasn't. I would say he was. I would imagine that he was there. I did not see him. I learned this earlier today. I only speak on what I saw rather than what I didn't see. There was conversations because some folks were talking about that they didn't, that Casey Thompson wasn't at practice, but he was. And they asked me how I knew it. I said, because I saw him and I actually recorded video of him at practice. So I speak about what I know, not what I don't know.
So when you looked at the offensive linemen, did they look like they were coming together, like they were a group jelly?
They're gelling, but I mean, the thing, without Prohaska, the unit looks different. Like Prohaska's in a different jersey, and you know, a lot of folks are learning. You would imagine that with Benhart, Corcoran, Piper, Nori, the young man from Arizona State, his name skips me for a
Ben
second.
Scott, yeah.
But that was the five. Yeah, that was the five that walked into first drill. So that's what you were paying attention to. Who were the first people out to teach the other people or lead the other folks into their drills? Those are the five. Now after that, left me a bit wanting to see more people of quality. There are a lot of bodies, but not all of those bodies look like they were ready for Big Ten football.
How about DP, when you look at the athleticism of that receiving core, who jumped out at you? You know, with having Betts back, who jumped out at you?
I have to be totally honest that I'm loyal. I'm loyal, right? I'm loyal to. So we become fans of people who are like us, and Billy Kemp IV is like me.
Really?
Yeah, jitterbug, athletic, high IQ, about football, curious, naturally curious about the things that are going on around him. He's aware that he needs to be open to special teams. That may be his niche, but that he's explosive and he can help them if they let him. Now he's not a big dude, but he's a guy. I mean, look, he's a guy on the roster that has 2 60-plus catch seasons already in Power 5 football. Like, they can talk all that other stuff they want, but in the ACC, for a guy who's put up 60 and 70 catch years and has been productive in the kicking game as a return man, yeah, he's a dude that pops. I mean, this group will be as good. I think they've got 4 guys that they really, really like. And then waiting for the other guys, the returning guys, to come back, right? You're waiting for Sophia Castaneda to see what he's going to be. He can also help them in the return game. As a matter of fact, Kemp mentioned that today. They've got dudes. Like, they've got dudes. Now, the question is, you've got to assimilate, and then you got to acclimate, right? So can they get in, learn the systems and play, build some relationship with whoever is going to play quarterback, and you've got a room with 6 quarterbacks. So each one throws it different. Each one looks, will lead you different, will eyeball you different, and then we'll get it to you different. So the receivers are only going to be as good as whoever's throwing the ball to them, whoever that is.
Kemp, is his height over or under Rico?
Oh, he towers over Rico.
Go ahead, Bob.
He is kindred to Rico in that he gains height with his hair. So, like if he doesn't cut it, like Billy Kemp looks 6 foot because just from the top of the curly fro. Yeah, he just looks like. I'm familiar with guys like him. He reeks a little bit of DeMornay to me.
We talked about the players and kind of your first impression on the players, and but the coaching staff's brand new. It's kind of first look at all these guys. There's different types of ways to do it. You can kind of be the rah coach or the kind of the quiet technician or whatever. Did anything stand out about these guys? And I think a particular interest will be on Garrett McGuire. I mean, just because of his age.
I don't. Let me say this. I look at coaches differently than players. And what I want to know from coaches is how they operate. How do they operate? What's their focus? Are they in control of it? There is a coaching arrogance that comes into play. And I can say this. I feel super comfortable with Tony White. Like I could walk into a coaching room and connect with Tony White on how he does business, how he expresses himself, how much he cares about his responsibility and the people involved. Like it just seems to me like of all the things, removing the BS, Tony White could lead this team. Like I don't have any. He may not have the most talent on the defensive side of the ball, but Tony White is going to get the most out of whatever talent they have because he cares. Like he's literally seeking, well, what talent does this player use that I need that I can make him look good and make us look good with it. Like he's not going to force round peg, square hole. Like he's not trying to do that. He's going to make it so that whatever your skill set is, he's not only seeking it, he's stalking it. And he's trying to find, okay, who's going to be my third down pass rush guy who's just better at it than everybody else. And then he's open to, you know what, if I have to move people around, if I have to be fluid in how I coach them, if I have to be real specific about how I deal with this young man to get him to be the best version of himself for us, he's willing to do that. He makes me feel like he's a complete coach.
I'll be amiss if I didn't ask you about tight ends and Fedoni. I think he's one of the biggest X factors that we're going to need this year coming up. What do the tight ends look like, and how much is Fedoni practicing?
Yeah, so they've got him kind of on a pitch count. They've got him in a green jersey, so he's got to be, Matt Rule said that he was 100%, and that Fedoni will probably be mad that he's holding him back a little bit. But with those type of injuries, especially in high repetition, sometimes the coach has to outsmart the player and be smarter than the player and keep the player from doing more damage to himself. So he's restricting that. Arik Gilbert, we're waiting to see how he develops, and you got to give him time to get acclimated. A.J. Rollins, same thing. Satterfield said today that he likes the group. He likes the room. He thinks that they're going to get production from some people not in that three that we just talked about, the three that everybody talks about. he thinks that, you know what, there may be some other guys there who can contribute, and they're all different. They're all different skills. They're all different body types, which, again, is the thing that I can check the box and say, okay, at least that gives me some comfort that he's not just coaching en masse. He's looking for the things that he wants to do in his offense and trying to find players with those skill sets, and he's planning on highlighting the skill that you have rather than the skill that you don't. He likes the different body types. He has everything he can want. Some of those flex, those Vershawn flex guys that can do a little of this, a little of that. And then he's got some bigger guys that he can put out there in a slugfest. And then he's got some guys that are a problem in the passing game. I think he'll be able to utilize them all. But it is a project, a future forward project. It is not hey, we're ready for prime time right now.
Running backs. Which one of those running backs look like a sweatshirt All-American?
There's one dude that looks different than everybody. Gabe Ervin looks like a Sunday project.
Oh, yeah.
Just walking in the room, walking on the turf, lining up, putting his foot in the drills, putting his foot in, like he just moves with a higher level of athletic arrogance than everybody else. Like he's doing things more naturally than everybody else is working really hard to do. Like when he looks a step above Ramir Johnson. Like if you put them side by side, having them do the same things, Gabe looks a step above and beyond Ramir Johnson. That's just right now. That's what I would say to you.
Wow. I want to get you a couple more, and then I'll let Bach go. Then we'll let you go, DP. The defensive backs. If you had a corner and a safety that stepped up to you or stepped out that made you say, "Okay, I got to watch him," who would have been?
Well, Hartzog's the guy. Malcolm Hartzog is the guy. Like he, as good as he was last year in moments, he looks like he's molded that into some consistency, that he looks fluid on every play rather than on the play where he knows exactly what's happening. And Rashawn, you probably get that, right? That his comfortable movement when he knows what he's doing versus when he's hoping that he's guessing right, he's guessing less often. And he looks a little more comfortable in, hey, I can be right and be patient because I'm good enough to get there and make the play no matter what. Like I can make this play. Whatever play needs to be made, I can make it. The guy on the other side that they're talking about the most, the coach was talking about, was Omar Brown. Giving us specific where, at this point where they're trying to learn the verbiage, right? And their defensive calls that are being made. Sometimes you get them early in spring. Sometimes you get them. Sometimes you don't. Well, he missed the call, but he went and put his foot in the ground and made the play. Like he undercut the route and he got to the right place and undercut the route and picked off the ball. And I said, yeah, that's that thing, right? That jumps off the tape and jumps up to the eye is that even when he wasn't sure, he still got it done. He still got it done. So look, the defensive back group, to me, is the best room on the team.
Yeah, we got to change that. What about linebackers? Who showed up?
Well, the linebackers, and they're moving folks around. Javen Buddha's still he's in a green jersey, but they can move him down into that rover. The usual cast of suspects. Reimer's practicing. Heinrich is not. But I think this team will be as the eyes will take you to the edge setters and the boundary setters, right? Those guys who look like, that looks familiar. That looks like a Sunday guy. That looks like a guy who's put in the work in the weight room. That looks like a guy who's strong. Chief Borders looks like a dude. His ability to move, closes well, and he closes with purpose. He closes with purpose, Rashawn. He looks like a dude that when it's time to make the play, he's not out there dancing. They mentioned John Bullock and said that they brought him down from safety and moved him into that linebacker position, and they think that he'll be able to help them inside and outside. Which again, bravo, right? That anytime you get an added win from somebody that you weren't counting on, bravo. Seth Malcolm, yeah, they've got some. I mean, their thing is going to be health. Like if they can get healthy and stay healthy, MJ Sherman and Malcolm, they're gonna do fine if they can get healthy. But that is the same thing you can say about most of the positions at the University of Nebraska. They're going to have to get healthy and stay healthy.
Bach, you got anything else for DP? We held him up long enough.
All right, one more question for you. With verbiage here, you mentioned the rover. That's kind of what Tony White's defense had with their fifth defensive back. Is that kind of in place of the nickel? If we see a guy listed on their roster as a nickel, is that a rover? Or is that a different position?
No, the nickel is a different position, different responsibility. As rover is going to be, as Tony White described it today, is more inside, and then that nickel will be slot outside work. So just think different responsibilities. Yes, man coverage versus one, middle responsibility, and run fill for the other. Simple, straight forward and backward drops for the rover. Nickel will be responsible from middle of the field to the sideline with the hash line, with the hash mark as a kind of line for work.
Well, so follow up real quick. Would we see a nickel and a rover on the field at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Different offenses, different situations, down and distance will be a big part. Like I think you're going to see more people on and off the field. That's good and bad. But there are going to be times when you're going to see more people coming into the game and all. Now, if the studs are healthy, if the starters are healthy, if you can get those four linebackers and boundary guys and keep them healthy, then those are all guys who can do everything that Tony White's going to ask. If they're not healthy, then they're going to have to piecemeal with some of the reserve guys to allow them to only be asked to do the things they're good at, rather than asking a nickel guy to run fit. They'll be able to make decisions on who's healthy and who's on the field.
DP, last question. Yesterday we was asked about kind of what position Coach Rule would kind of be over, like a TO being an offensive coordinator. What was Coach Rule's demeanor? How was he out there on the football field? And did he gravitate to one particular group over another?
CEO. Got to touch them all. Got to touch them all.
Yeah.
Because everybody's new except for Coach Rayola. Everybody's new. And he's got to learn. This is the first time that Matt Rule gets to see them off film, on field, in his stuff. Like the first time somebody can say they can cook and tell you they can cook and can show you them cooking until you need for them to cook in your kitchen, on your clock. Everybody's learning. He's trying to learn everybody. It's a lot. That's a lot of space for him to cover when you're not used to covering all that space. He's getting acclimated as well.
DP, we appreciate you.
Y'all be good now.
Hey, thanks, brother. You give me your best Go Big Red, DP.
Give you my best what?
Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
He could go Big Red. He couldn't say it too loud. He was probably still in the stadium. DP signing off with the practice report on the Captain's Show with me and Bach. Listen, we're going to throw it to break. We'll be right back with the fastest 2 hours in radio, brought to you by Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Bread.
Excavating.
The Ticket, 93.7. We'll be right back.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com. You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Mostly cloudy skies, cool conditions here for our Thursday with a high of around 48. Winds out of the north-northeast at around 10 to 15. Partly cloudy tonight with the low dropping down to around 31. We'll see a chance of scattered showers tomorrow with highs back up to around 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services. The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, we want to appreciate DP for just giving us that practice report. Very, 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 very educational and meaningful. Informational. I appreciate that. I feel like I was at practice.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
That was good stuff. I was going to be selfish and hold him on, but I was like, I probably shouldn't do that. I probably shouldn't do that. So shout out to the Lady Huskers again, playing in the Super 16 today. Can't wait until they pull off this big win against KU and go on to 8 and have a chance to play for the championship. Willie says,
Rico down there.
Huh?
So Rico's traveling to Lawrence right now. He's gonna take that game in.
Rico.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like a reporter.
Yeah.
He's got all access.
Oh, well, as much as they're giving, yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna do. What are you doing here, little man? That's what they're gonna ask him. What are you doing here, little man?
Oh, he's from Nebraska, what the Nebraska.
He's gonna say the plane. Willie says, man, that was an excellent, great work, DP. Again, man, we appreciate that, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the text line, man. Hit the text line up. Shout out to the people on the stream, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. We want to tell y'all, thank y'all for rocking with me and the Boxster. Buck, what do you got?
Well, I just wanted to ask you this, and I know this comes up every so often, and there's a rare exception for what I'm trying to say here, though. Would you consider moving the NFL draft age up? An NFL scout was at the Ohio State Pro Day the other day, which was yesterday, watching Marvin Harrison Jr. run routes. He's just trying to get a jump on getting scouts involved, scouts interested. So he was running at Pro Day. The scout described it as like window shopping at a Lamborghini dealership for the model that doesn't come out until next year. So, I mean, that's how high people think of Marvin Harrison Jr. If he came out, if Caleb Williams came out, those are top 5 picks. Again, very rare exceptions. Most guys, need to mature physically and, have 3 years in college to get ready for the draft. Would you consider making an exception, or would that be a big problem? The NBA's had problems with it for years because, yeah, some guys can jump from high school, and they used to have, certain guys jump from high school, but a lot of them, and for studs like Kobe and Kevin Garnett, it worked, but a lot of them just got completely lost. So it's one of those deals where if you make the rule, you move the age up, it might help a few guys, but it's probably going to hurt, more of them that think they're ready to come out and aren't ready.
It's going to hurt 98% of them. Their body's not ready yet.
Yeah.
You get to the NFL, you're playing against grown men that played college football and been in the NFL for 10 years. And then here you're going to come straight from high school. No, you're going to get broke up and your career is going to get cut short.
Well, and for football, there's no coming straight from high school, but I'm saying like a Caleb Williams or Marvin Harrison Jr.
Even a year up.
They'd be top round picks. That's where it's hard. Like Jadeveon Clowney was a big deal when he came out because it was like he would be the number 1 pick this year.
I mean, I get it, but still, it's the same thing. I know they don't. You still, to me, is different from basketball to football because football is physical. It's a lot more physical than basketball is. And so if your body is not developed, if you're not done growing, at 18 years old, I don't know. There's one person, maybe 2, but 1 for sure, that I felt like body was developed enough that he should have started. That's Lawrence Phillips. That's it, and that's all. Grant Wistrom, I think he was another one, but not on the level of a Lawrence Phillips. You know what I mean? A man-child, if you will. It was a bunch of us, right? But I'm talking about an elite man-child that's able to go from high school to excelling on a Power 5 level. That stuff is unheard of sometimes. Can it be done? Absolutely. But more so it's going to be done after year 2 and 3 than it will be done going straight to the league. I said it's Grant Windstrom. Now, I can call him Grant Simpstrom, but then some people going to have a problem with that and going to run back and tell him that I said I called him Grant Simpstrom. Well, tell him.
I wonder if it's the same people trying to correct you, not knowing your nickname for Grant Wistrom. Grant Windstrom.
They don't understand that.
No.
They want me to say Wistrom. I don't want to say Wistrom. I want to say Osborne. Just like I want to say Windstrom. Grant has never told me, hey, VJ, you're saying it wrong. And we've been at a lot of autograph sessions together. He has never told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still think you can take him in knockerball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to have the confidence.
I mean, listen, me and Grant, I had to block him every day in practice.
Oh, yeah.
Grant was a freshman. Grant was nowhere in the vicinity of me when I had to be on scout team. He was nowhere in the ballpark. Okay, 93, we had Trev Alberts, Dante Jones. Who else was over there on that end spot? Travis Hill was gone, I think. Was Travis Hill still there? Who else did we have over there? Come on, man, help me. Dwayne Harris, Debo.
Oh, yeah.
These are all guys that I had to block every day in practice. Okay? Grant Windstrom came in soaking wet, 215 pounds, 6'5". I've been blocking people like him. That he wasn't Grant Windstrom didn't become, he was Grant Windstrom the motor, but Grant Windstrom the man, the myth, the legend, didn't come into his own really until like 94, 95. Really 95, but 94 he was playing, 93 he was playing scout team, 94 he was getting some time, 95 he was balling.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't take anything of Jared Thomas. There it is. Appreciate that, anonymous cuz.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Right. So when you grow up blocking those four guys, Grant Windstrom, although great player. In practice, me and Grant probably had to see each other 50 times a practice when I finally made it up to the ones and twos. You see. But before that, buddy, I had to block the Trev Alberts of the world. I had to block all these great rush ends of the world. That's how they knew a little bitty old dude, number 34 tight end, could block. That's the only reason why I played, Bach. Don't get it twisted, Bach. It's not normal to have a 6-foot tight end, is it?
No.
That's not normal. So the only reason why I played is we didn't have another tight end that was 6'5" and that much better than me. Okay, because if the Doric Roys of the world or some of these other guys was better than me, you would have never heard of a Rashawn Jackson. But the cupboards were bare. We had Tim Carpenter, the best blocker out of the bunch. You had Sheldon Jackson, the best catcher out of the bunch. And then you have Rashawn Jackson, probably a mixture of all of it, right? Mm-hmm. But I excelled at blocking. I excelled at blocking. I excelled at after the catch, running the ball after the catch, with the exception of you got to catch the ball first. I forgot that. Okay, I forgot that part. So you don't want to forget, to catch the ball, because it doesn't matter what you do if you didn't catch the ball, Bob.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I just always, I guess when I was, and too, when I was younger, I guess I wasn't really football aware, I suppose, for his younger years. By the time I was kind of paying attention, he was that guy. You talk about a motor. There's a lot of guys back then with great motors. I mean, like Kyle Vanden Bosch, Grant Wistrom. But I mean, his motor really went off, and he was back-to-back Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year and Lombardi Award winner. I mean, that's why his name's up there, Memorial Stadium. I wouldn't say that that people kind of forget how good he was. But maybe his name gets lost in the conversation from time to time.
I don't know how you could. I think if you had to, if I had to pick one of the greatest defensive players based on what he did in college and in the pros, Grant, I don't think you can go past Grant Wistrom.
Yeah.
Can you? Who would you pick over Grant Wistrom if you talk about career in college and pros? Text line's open, 402-464-5685.
On the defensive line for Nebraska?
Defensive period. The whole defense history of Nebraska football. I know a lot of people might say Glover. I don't know how long Glover played in the NFL, but I know Grant Wistrom won a couple championships, one for sure. I thought a couple because I thought he won one with Seattle as well. You know what I'm saying? So who else would you put in that category? And Ndamukong Suh, Nate says Suh. And Ndamukong Suh didn't win any championships in college. Keep in mind, Grant, how many games, let me ask this question. How many games did Grant lose in college?
Probably just the 2, then 96.
That's it.
Yeah.
Grant
3-time national champ, just like you.
Yeah, but I'm saying his record is 49-2 for his 4-year career. I think Suh is a definite 2. I think Neil Smith is a definite 3. I think Vanden Bosch is up there as well. But none of them can compare winning championships and then winning championships in the league.
So Wistrom too. I don't think he was there for the Seattle championship, but he was there for the Rams in '98, his rookie year.
Okay, well, they got how long did he play in the league?
Let me look here. So actually, when you look at it, he won. So he won in '94, '95, '97, and '98. So that's pretty good run of championships for him. He played from '98 to 2006.
8 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, Neil Smith, like I said, you could put him up there. But if you keep in mind, we are saying we're taking body of work from. And I think Grant won some high school championships, but we're taking body of work from college and pros. So here, if we taking body of work from college and pros, who's the best running back in Nebraska history?
College and pros?
Yep.
I think you'd go with Amon Green, but it depends on how much you care for the USFL stats that Mike Rozier put up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to necessarily buy that one. I mean, how long did Mike play, though?
Let me look here because he was actually – so he played 2 years in the USFL and had 1,300 yards his second year there and then played in the NFL for about 7 years. And he just did not have the NFL career that Amon Green did. But
well, I mean, and then you got to think – well, they didn't win any championships either.
Yeah.
See, I keep going back to that because I'm not just going off of stat guys. I'm going off of who won the most games. Who was more – you don't remember Nebraska football because we just won games. Most people couldn't even tell you the games that we won. They'll tell you the big games, but they couldn't tell you all of the games that we won in my career. 60 games, 3 losses, and I can guarantee you some people, the real Husker fans can, but some people couldn't tell you about those games. They just we don't look, but they can tell you about those championships.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, man, it get a little crazy. The captain gets crazy. Turn it up a little bit. It gets crazy when football's playing. Right, Bob?
Yeah, it's great. Spring football is here. The countdown to beating Minnesota is on.
I'm going to let you throw it to break because I know you're going to sound better than me.
All right. You're listening to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
Long Beach, the captain. Always let you know. Crazy.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is hiring. They are looking for a garage door installation and service technician with a clean driving record. Experience is not required as they will train for the positions. However, mechanical aptitude is required. If you want to come be a part of a small business where you're family, not just an employee, call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today to apply at 402-480-2840. That's 402-480-2840. Steve's Garage Doors and Services. There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No tag-on, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Are you ready for $0 cost individual employee health insurance? How about company paid life insurance? What about on-the-job paid training? Become part of the Landmark difference today. Join Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, at our upcoming career fairs. Chat one-on-one with our team to hear what it's really like to work with us. Career fairs will be held at Landmark locations March 14th in Fairfield, March 16th in Hebron, March 21st in Holdridge, and March 22nd in Marysville, Kansas, and March 23rd in Beatrice, Nebraska. See more details at www.landmark.careers.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers. winners and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Mostly cloudy skies, cool conditions here for our Thursday with a high of around 48. Winds out of the north-northeast at around 10 to 15. Partly cloudy tonight with the low dropping down to around 31. We'll see a chance of scattered showers tomorrow with highs back up to around 53. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson. Powered by Power on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Man, 2 hours that seem like 2 minutes. Left in the show, Bach. Have it ever went so fast? Wham.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Slow it down. Slow time down, Bach. Why don't you?
I don't think I can do that.
Dang, just slow it down a little, man. Okay? Friday is good since Friday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Good since Friday tomorrow. You think the black shirt? I bet you the black shirt will show up for his good sense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's always ready for that. He's looking forward to that at the end of the week.
Yeah, listen, there's no question he shows up for his good sense sandwich. If you listening to me, black shirt, I knew you're playing hooky. You're really playing Call of Duty. Somebody said they caught you online. Now, You told me you were handling business. Now, I need to know the truth tomorrow. What do you got, Bob?
Well, and to that, too, I'd be interested with our practice report today was really good. And I wondered, too, at the Terrell's, it changed his tone too much about spring not mattering too much. I think that was a him situation. You know, that's a very unique situation he had.
Individual.
Him, yeah. But a big deal for most players when they go out there. Rico, like I said, is out today. He's heading down to Lawrence to check out the WNIT with Nebraska and Kansas tonight. So I'm going to have Austin jump in with me. We'll talk, too, about practice, kind of what his thoughts are going into the season. I haven't done too much radio with Austin, so it's always kind of fun just to kind of pick his brain and kind of figure out what his kind of Husker memories and thoughts are moving forward. And a couple NBA news and notes. I don't know if you saw this the other day. The Mavericks, I won't say forgot because there's a debate about what happened. So the Mavericks thought they were going to get the ball. They lined up on one side of the court. They didn't get the ball. The Warriors did. And so there was nobody guarding the bucket at all. All 5 Warriors were on one side of the court. The Mavs were on the other. The Warriors just took the ball and scored right away. And you don't see that at really any level of basketball, but at the NBA, it was kind of odd. And then it ended up being that the Golden State Warriors won that game by 2 points.
Oh, wow.
So
who's rigging these games?
Yeah. So Mark Cuban, the Mavs owner, has come out and said that the Mavs were told they were getting the ball coming out of the timeout. That's why they were where they were, and nobody told them any different. And then the ref just blew the whistle and got it going. And so not happy with that are the Mavs, but we'll kind of see. We'll kind of break down some of that and some of the other stuff in the NBA.
I thought they usually say side out right here.
Yeah.
You have a basketball. It's leather and it's orange.
Yeah.
If the ref, who's got stripes on, has the ball on this side of the court, how did they make that? How did they blunder that up?
I gotta feel like that's a ref's mistake too, though, because if you're about to hand the ball in, you're at the NBA level. You know they're not lining up that way. The
ref shouldn't have to tell you to line up on the ball.
Well,
whether they was getting the ball or not, the ref had to take the ball, and usually from the scorer's table. If not, wherever the ball went out of bounds. You said after a timeout.
It was after a timeout, yeah.
Perfect. I guarantee you that ref walked from that scorer's table to wherever the ball side out was going to be. So the fact that I got to watch it, though. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
But the fact that a ref has got the ball, you can't do anything in basketball without the basketball. Right?
Right.
Man, I blame that on The Mavericks. Okay, Cuban. That's coach's fault. That's players. Somebody should have saw the basketball down here and been yelling, "Hey, ball, ball!" Regardless, if they were getting the ball, they should have been down there.
Yeah,
because the ball is there. So I don't know if I'm necessarily buying that was a ref mistake more than it was a user error.
Well, certainly one way or the other, you don't see it in the NBA. You don't see that in college. It was just very strange sight.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, whose fault is it though? Who can you blame in that situation? I don't see how you can blame anybody but the players and the coaches for not seeing that the ball was right there. It's not on this end. So how do you think it's your ball? Even if I'm a ref and I say, yeah, hey, it's your ball. The ball's still down there in that ref's hand. Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I was trying to find it real quick. So at least so you could hear it and kind of hear the description. I got it pulled up here.
Who was it? Who played? Dallas and who?
This is the Mavericks and Warriors. Here's what it kind of sounded like. This was, I believe, the replay of the TV broadcast.
About the 2-minute mark. Watch here. Dallas thinks it's their ball out of the timeout. The Warriors are inbounding under the Dallas basket. You saw Looney start to run the other way, and then he realizes, wait, we have a layup, but the Mavs were under the assumption it was their ball.
So there you go.
Wow.
It was the easiest 2 points Kevin Looney will ever score in his career.
Wow. But could you see the refs though?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they were just at the side where they blew the whistle, handed it to the Warriors players, and let it go. That's why I say, I mean, for me, if I'm a ref, I understand that there's some sort of miscommunication because Dallas isn't going to line up on the other side of the court, not playing defense.
I don't know about that one. I don't know why. So I'm trying to find it because I want to see the replay. They're not showing the replay. Oh, yeah, they did. It just did. Oh, no. Okay. This is coming out of a timeout.
Yeah.
Look where the ball is. Hold up. See? I told you. Listen, the ref bounced the ball hard. Like, hey.
He did too.
He did. Like, hey, I don't know what you want me to say, but it didn't look like I didn't see not one ref say side out over here. All those guys were lined up over here already. Dang. I will find every last one of them.
So here's what Mark Cuban had to say afterward. He said the ref called Mavs ball. The announcer announced it. Then there was a timeout. During the timeout, the official changed the call and never told us. Then when they saw us line up as if we were our ball, he just gave the ball to the Warriors, never said a word to us. They got an easy basket. Crazy that it would matter in a 2-point game. Worst officiating, non-call mistake possibly in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, man.
It's not a good look for anybody involved. Well, except for the Warriors. I guess they're fine. But
yeah, I'm just not buying that, man. Like I said, the ball was down there regardless. The ball was there. The ref slammed the ball on the ground like, hey.
Yeah. You better follow the ball, I guess, more. Yeah.
If they thought they were going to get the ball, how? Even if they were going to get the ball, they're going to get the ball down there.
Yeah. So, like, if they saw all the Warriors on that side, maybe
the ball was down there.
Yeah.
The balls where they're defending the goal. Oh, stop, man. What's wrong with these people around here?
It's strange. Strange
it's
to
super
see it.
Strange. Why would you do that? What's the purpose of that when we're playing basketball? Hey, man, listen, y'all. I got carried away a little bit. James, Nate, American Nightmare, Pecan Pie, 6141, Byron, 2895, Corey and Lincoln, Brad and Baldwin, 6347, Wet Blanket, Roger Craig, 3291. What about Rapping? 5649. Oh, yeah, you got to count Rapping in. Didn't win any championships in college, though. Hayden Country Carl, I appreciate you guys all for riding with us today. Continue to ride with us. Freestyle Fun Friday is tomorrow. For Bob, for Terrell, thank you, DP. Thanks for the Huskers being back in the swing of things. It feels awesome to talk about Nebraska football. So for the captain, because we're powered.
Bye.
Bauer. I'm going to sign off until tomorrow and see if I can get Big Slim in the building.
Oh, there you go.
We can talk to Big Slim in the Bauer team. All right, your boy, dog. It's the captain. 93.7 The Ticket. Hug somebody.